Hey everybody, what's happening? Son of a Silverstacker here. In today's numismatic news and information for the 27th day of June, 2021, I'd like to take you to JM Bullion, but before I do that, I'd like to invite you to join Gunny and myself for a gathering tribe this evening at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. And we're trying to just get a bunch of people together who are like-minded individuals who feel like the world can be a better place and we can actually do something to improve that. So join us this evening, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the channel here, and it's all about good times. Now, taking into JM Bullion, live spot prices haven't moved since Friday afternoon, but they will this afternoon between 5 and 6 p.m. Eastern. And you can check out Salivate Metal. He's got a channel that goes over the comments of the previous videos, and he goes over spot prices. So that's kind of cool. I'd probably be there as well. Now, next thing I want to do is check out the United States Mint, and we've got circulating coins production, and that's under United States Mint, about production sales figure, and circulating coins production. You pick your program, that's circulating coins, you pick your year, and just hit submit, and you're there. Now, these are last year's coins, and you remember last year, the Mint went all out, and they just turned it up a notch or two or three or four there and produced an amazing amount of coins. Now, during that process, they made a tremendous amount of error coins as well, and you probably may own one or had one and already spent it. But remember, check your pocket change, right? There's always something there. Now, this is this year's, and they're keeping up that same pace. I mean, it's pretty torrid. If you look at here, these are the numbers for May that have just recently come out. Now, if we add another 6 months to this, that's easily doubling each one of these figures. We could probably guesstimate where they're going to end up for the year, shy of 1 month, and they're pretty much on pace for last year's totals if they keep this up. Now, I'm going to show you the errors for this year because 2021 is giving errors big time, and I'm here under all coins and paper money, United States coins, and 2021 error. So there's pennies that are errors, crossing the Delaware errors, 2021 chatter clash error. I don't even know what that is. Chatter, maybe mouthbox, I guess. Look at that. Die chip Jefferson nickel under the eye. Now, these particular quarters have a lot of errors on the airplanes. This one's called plane on fire, feeder error, die chips, all kinds of stuff going on there. And then the Lincoln Shields, but also the new quarters. Look, there's a die chip right there, right above the goggles on the Tuskegee Airman quarter. Also, there's a lot of cuds on the crossing the Delaware quarter. For oh, look at that, another die chip on the plane. Yeah, they're on the plane, they're on the control tower. There's actually one going around that has a nice huge break right here in the control tower. Look at those. Bam. Die breaks. So there's tons of errors for 2021 so far. And the Washington, and look at this. I'm going to show you this one. This is amazing. I haven't got to it yet, but I'm trying to work my way down. It's a whole roll of quarters. Look at, there it is. New listing, 1999, free shipping. Oh, shipping not specified. Look at this, cud air enders. So it's probably got the cuds and crossing the Delaware or up here, and it's on an ender. And the whole thing is only $19.99. I wonder what it is to ship that. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. So that's pretty interesting. Now, I'm going to go to coinnews.net, and there's an article here by Mike Unser dated June 25. It says the United States produced more coins in May than in any month since August of last year, right? According to manufacturing figures from the United States Mint. So what that basically means is this particular total matches what last fall had right here in the late stages of 2020. So that's a lot of coins, and that's why I say there's going to be a lot more errors coming out, and that's why I showed you this particular one, because they really are ramping it up. Now, month-over-month totals, this is the really interesting thing. It says here, in month-over-month comparisons for coins used daily by Americans, production totals in May saw 36.7 more Lincoln cents, which I'll show you in a second why that's interesting. And they also produced 40.6% 3.8% more Jefferson nickels. That's huge. That's a tremendous number. 3.3% fewer Roosevelt dimes, and look at this dropped off a cliff, 34.2% fewer quarter dollars. Now, why is this important? Now, the quarter dollars would be the Washington crossing the Delaware quarters. So that's actually good for collectors because now they're probably going to produce, 400 or 500 million of those easily, but there's definitely going to be less quarters produced this year than last year, just because they had 5 issues last year, right? From America the Beautiful quarter series. Now they only have 2, so they don't have to make as many. And I believe that's why there's 34.2% fewer quarters in this particular year, especially right now, and when they're especially ramping things up. So look at that. They ramp things up, but they've ramped these 2 down. Now, why is it important that these 2 particular coins are, we look at these 2 issues? Well, it's Gresham's Law, right? Gresham's Law is the observation in economics that bad money drives out good. More exactly, if coins containing metal of different value have the same value as legal tender, the coins composed of the cheaper metal will be used for payment, while those made of more expensive metal will be hoarded or exported, and this end up being more valuable in the long run. Look at this. Watch this. Now, we know these are 95% copper. If you have 50 rolls of these bad boys, that's just a $25 box. Well, that $25 box is now worth $70.27. That's not bad. So that's Gresham's Law right there. And that's why you cannot find these in circulation, because the bad money, that's these here, is driving out the good money. And so what they're doing here is they've ramped up production on the zinc and cents. So 50 of those, that's a $25 box, is worth actually $18, which is getting kind of close to where these ones were when they replaced them. So it is definitely costing the mint a lot of money to produce these zinc and cents, and they may be on their way out. They could phase out the penny altogether, leaving us only with nickels to use. Now, would that be a good idea? Probably not, because check this out. Now, if you buy a $100 box worth of nickels, and that's 50 rolls, you've just now earned $16.29, because now the metal content is worth more than the face value of the coins. And this is going to keep increasing, folks. So that's why it's so interesting that the United States Mint is producing more of these, and it's costing them a whole lot more money to do it too. We know that. So, oh man, I tell you, things are just really getting interesting around here. And this is circulating coinage. And look, they don't produce a lot of those from Philadelphia or Denver. In fact, it's the least minted coin except for the 50-cent pieces and the Native American dollars, right? So it's the least minted, and it's the only one really right now that they're still minting that is part of Gresham's Law, being where it's worth more than the face value. So that's super interesting that they even keep that. They might get rid of it. Who knows? We could go digital dollar. And you know what? If we went digital dollar, folks, they may ask us to turn in all of our money, right? They might say, well, we need your circulating coins now, and we'll give you 100% trade-in value in the next 3 months. But after that, we'll give you 75% for 3 months for that quarter, and following off another 25% for the next 3 months. So the trade-in value, they will lower it as an incentive to get it back into their hot little hands. You could easily see that happening. Now, at some point, they would say, okay, all that money that is in those hands that didn't get turned in for revaluation is now defunct, cannot be used. And then at that point, you might be able to melt it for its melt value. But it's only until that point. And that's, could you imagine what would happen for them to even do that? That's a massive upheaval of our financial system. So I doubt that would happen. But they would phase out certain coins. And I think that's what they're going to do sooner than later. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please subscribe to the channel. It's free. Son of a Silver Stacker, out.